The sun shone brightly over the North Atlantic, its rays dancing off the waves in a dazzling display. On the deck of the research vessel Titan, anticipation hung in the air. It was the day the OceanGate submersible, Deep Explorer, would make its most ambitious dive yet, a journey to the wreck of the Titanic, nearly 13,000 feet below the ocean's surface. The team was a mix of seasoned explorers and excited rookies, each playing a crucial role. Captain Marcus Langford, a veteran of deep-sea missions, stood at the helm, his eyes fixed on the horizon. Beside him, Dr. Emily Carter, a marine biologist with a passion for oceanic mysteries, reviewed her equipment for the umpteenth time. Also on board was John Matthews, a young journalist eager to document the dive, his camera slung over his shoulder. As the Deep Explorer was lowered into the water, the team inside the submersible made their final checks. The interior was cramped, filled with state-of-the-art equipment and screens displaying real-time data. Pilot James Harris, a calm and methodical man, initiated the descent. Beside him sat Dr. Sarah Whitfield, an expert in maritime archaeology, her eyes gleaming with excitement. This dive was the culmination of years of research and preparation. The initial descent was smooth, the submersible's powerful thrusters guiding it through the depths. Outside the viewport, the water grew darker, the sunlight fading into a murky twilight. The team watched in awe as strange, bioluminescent creatures flickered past, their lights creating an otherworldly spectacle. "All systems are green," James reported, his voice steady. "We're on course." Hours passed as the Deep Explorer continued its journey. The tension inside the submersible was palpable, each team member focused on their tasks. Suddenly, a warning light flashed on the control panel. "What's happening?" Sarah asked, her voice tinged with worry. James frowned, his fingers flying over the controls. "We've lost one of the thrusters. I'm compensating, but it's going to slow us down." The team exchanged uneasy glances. Every minute of delay increased the risks, but there was no turning back now. They were too close. After what felt like an eternity, the sonar picked up a massive object looming ahead. The wreck of the Titanic came into view, its haunting silhouette a stark reminder of the tragedy that occurred over a century ago. The team stared in silent reverence, their mission taking on a new gravity. James skillfully maneuvered the submersible closer, illuminating the wreck with powerful floodlights. They began their survey, capturing high-resolution images and collecting samples. Dr. Whitfield's excitement was palpable as she examined the artifacts, each one a piece of history. But then, without warning, the submersible lurched violently. Alarms blared, and the lights flickered. "We're losing power," James shouted, his voice rising above the chaos. The Deep Explorer shuddered as it was dragged sideways. Through the viewport, they saw a massive net, likely debris from a long-forgotten fishing expedition, entangling the submersible. Panic set in as the team realized the gravity of their situation. "Mayday! Mayday! This is Deep Explorer. We are entangled and losing power. Request immediate assistance," James radioed to the Titan. On the surface, Captain Langford and Dr. Carter sprang into action, coordinating rescue efforts. But at such depths, time was their enemy. Inside the submersible, the lights dimmed to a ghostly glow. The oxygen levels were dropping, and the temperature was plummeting. The team huddled together, their breaths forming clouds in the frigid air. "We need to stay calm," Sarah said, her voice firm. "We'll get through this." As the hours dragged on, hope began to wane. The radio crackled with intermittent updates from the surface, but the rescue operations were hindered by the extreme depth and treacherous conditions. The team inside the Deep Explorer clung to the sliver of hope that they would be rescued in time. Outside the viewport, the wreck of the Titanic lay silent and indifferent, a monument to human ambition and tragedy. The team couldn't help but feel a connection to those who had perished there so long ago, their own fate now uncertain. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the radio crackled to life. "Deep Explorer, this is Titan. We're deploying the ROV. Hang in there." Relief washed over the team, but the danger was far from over. The remotely operated vehicle, ROV, would need to carefully cut away the net without causing further damage. They watched anxiously as the ROV's lights appeared outside the viewport, its mechanical arms reaching towards the entangled net. Minutes felt like hours as the ROV worked, each snip of the net bringing them closer to freedom. The submersible shuddered as the last piece of net was cut away, and power slowly returned. "We did it," James said, his voice trembling with relief. The Deep Explorer began its ascent, the team inside exhausted but elated. They had faced the depths and survived, their ordeal a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. As they broke the surface and were hauled aboard the Titan, cheers erupted from the crew. But as they looked back at the dark waters, they knew their journey was far from over. The investigation into the cause of the thruster failure and the unexpected net entanglement would be critical to ensuring future mission safety. For now, though, they were content to be alive, their bond forged in the depths of the ocean.